arrested. The 18th of June, a 16-year-old was arrested. The 5th of July, a 50-year-old was stabbed. 53-year-old was arrested. It seems to span all different. Here in July, a 23-year-old. I mean, it spans everyone. It's not just stupid kids. It's men in their 50s.
Yes, exactly. And I think, Merseyside has, like many big cities, has got a problem with gangs, the same as London, the same as Manchester, the same as Bristol and many of our major cities. I think, you were talking about lawless Britain, and every now and again you will get a story or a spate of stories which send fear and chills through people. And I think it's quite important to separate the difference between the fear of crime and actual crime. And I think, most of us go about our lives relatively safely. People shouldn't be in a position where they feel frightened to go out. This is obviously a million times worse because it happened to somebody in their home where they should be safe. But I think, as Alex was saying, there are issues about reporting crime. There are issues about whether the police investigate crime. And I know, from talking to police officers, that many, many times they won't even bother to investigate something like a shoplifting unless it's over a certain level. And that's the problem, right? So the punishments, because one of your viewers was saying that they think the thing is we don't have harsh enough punishments. But the thing is, if you don't think for a moment you're going to get caught, it doesn't matter what the punishment is. Right,
which leads me nicely, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't think that you are going to get caught, you might find yourself doing things like this. Look at this footage. Of course, this was streamed on one of the social media sites, I think it was, TikTok. So this is a McDonald's. If you're watching, not listening, this is a gang of kids, say teenage kids, and they've gone into a McDonald's in Nottingham, and they seem to think that they can just jump the counter, grabbing whatever they can get their grubby little mitts on, quite frankly, fries, burgers, whatever it is. They could not care less. Most of them have not covered their face. Yeah. Most of them think they're absolute little big men. And it sickens me because I look at this and no, I can't compare this to what's just gone on in terms of the killing of a child, and nor would I intend to correlate the two. But to me, there is this complete lack of consideration. I can just do what I want.
Because you know that the chances are that nobody's going to come and deal with it. The local shop round the corner from me, which is a small supermarket, people walk in there and brazenly steal stuff and walk out again. And the staff behind the counter can't get to them. They can see them on CCTV, but because it's only, a few bottles of booze or whatever, it's not, the police won't bother to investigate. So people know that. And this is the problem. We want the police to investigate every single crime. They can't. They haven't got the resources. But there isn't anything being sort of sent out as a message to people that actually it's not always about criminality. If your face is on
confidence in law,
you actually should not be able to get a job interview, let's say,
Yeah, don't make me laugh. No. Those people in there nicking those burgers, they don't want a job. They couldn't care less if they've got a job interview.
Hang on a second.
Do you remember after the football when a crowd danced on the emergency vehicles that were parked up by London Bridge? And they did so brazenly. They didn't try to hide who they were. They thought that they were out there on top of the world. They didn't care. Months later, when they tearfully said sorry, were humiliated in the press and and went through the courts rightly and were punished for it, they felt rather different. And I hope these people you've just showing complete contempt. If you were a member of staff at that McDonald's, you'd have been terrified.
You would.
Right? It doesn't matter that they're just taking a burger or chips or whatever. You'd have been absolutely terrified by this incident. And these guys deserve to get caught. They deserve, if they are of that age, for their parents to be hauled in and to hear just what the rest of us think of this kind of behaviour. Look at the poor staff cowering away from them there.
Absolutely dreadful.